Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between, and welcome back to Lord of the Rings Online, our Beorning playthrough. Now, since last time we met, I have done a couple of deeds in the Barrow Downs, so actually we got level 22, so yay us, and we've got a couple more quests to finish up. I thought we'd be finished the Barrow Downs by now, but there's still a few more to do, and I've still got a couple of quests, a couple of deeds left to do. The deeds in the Barrow Downs are quite long. Particularly the Slayer deeds, we have to kill a number of monsters. In areas like Bree so far, it's usually kill 20, then kill 50, or kill 25 or 30, then kill 60. But in the Barrow Downs, it's kill 50, then kill 100. So I'm going to be doing those last couple of Slayer deeds in between the next few episodes. But thankfully, there's this great thing called Slayer Accelerator where I can increase every kill counts as 2. So I only have to kill 50 of a certain creature instead of killing 100, and that's going to be a big help, believe me. But we're flying along, we're in the Barrow Downs, and all this leveling up is great for going into the next area, the Lonelands. It'll make it even easier to speed through the main quest and so on. I didn't play Lord of the Rings Online for its strategic and tactical necessity in combat. I play it because I like the story, so if it makes quests easier being too high level for an area, then I'm all for it. But when we last left off, we had to look for the other party on the other side of the Barrow Downs near Dead Man's Perch, which is here. So hopefully there are some survivors, and there are, we can see them there. And they've got a couple of quests for us as well, which is always to be expected. And a pretty cool mount. Oh, actually that's a character. I didn't see him there. So, they've got a lot of quests for us. Great. So, our current quest has fled to the south.
What do you need?
The others are alive. This news is pleasing. Though we still face great peril, we at least know that the others live.
Could I speak with you a moment?
Yeah, and he's going to give us all these different quests to kill all the creatures of the Barrow Downs. At the edge of the old forest, south through the Barrow Downs, there are many bears suffering from a terrible plague. The only way I can see to save them from their agony is to destroy them and ensure that they do not spread this plague into the remainder of the old forest. You will find the bears and the plague carriers deep to the south where the walls of the old forest meet the Barrow Downs. Destroy the bears and then destroy the disease crawlers infesting them. You may find some of the disease crawlers outside of their hosts as well.
Might I take a moment of your time?
The corrupted seeds must be purged out of the southern Barrow Downs, but they may yet return to the natural fold. To determine this, I will need their seeds. Collect their seeds and return them to me. If they can be saved, I will see that the seeds are brought to a place where they can grow into natural creatures once again. You will find the corrupted trees deep within the southern Barrow Downs where the walls of the old forest are too thick to pass beyond. These quests are all level 21, so there's no harm doing them.
You a moment.
This is actually 24. You've done good work dealing with those old whites, but I'll be honest with you, Runlina. These are creatures of legend, and the legend runs deeper than these mounds can provide. The great barrow, called Orthrengroth, long ago, has always been a place that few are brave enough to face because of the legends of the powerful beings that once walked there. With the return of these legendary creatures throughout the Barrow Downs, I can only assume that more have risen within the great barrow. Orthrengroth lies towards the southern end of the Barrow Down. Stout or not, I'd not go it alone, if I were you. The Great Barrow is sure to be a bad place, and maybe you could take some friends. Let's see how we get on.
Stay a moment.
Long have I lived within the bounds of Breeland, and my family has long exchanged tales of the people that lived in these lands. We spoke of their relationship with the old forest, and how it was by their hand that the forest began its slide into ruin. It is for these reasons that I find sorrow in these lands and not fear. Deep to the south, where the eaves of the wood are too strong to penetrate, you will find moving trees who have long been separated from their brethren. These once noble trees are ruined and rotten from within, and I must ask that you destroy them. It is for the good of all that we end them before they become something even more vile than they already are. Also bounties as well, so pick up all of these, it's all good XP.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Many believed the strength of the Barghest lay in their howl. While it is true their howls are dangerous, the power of their eyes is equally dangerous. With but a gaze, they have been known to strike a deep fear into their victims that can kill them. I would ask you to seek out Barghest and collect their eyes. I will pay you handsomely for this bounty. I'll do it once, even though it's a repeatable quest, just to do it.
Stay a moment.
The relics of Cardolan can fetch a nifty price from the well-to-do in Bree Town. Since we are here, I thought I might offer you a little deal. If you collect these relics over the course of your travel, I will trade you materials that may be of great use to you. I have yet to get into the trading
Might I
and
take a
crafting
moment of your time?
of Lord of the Rings Online yet, but I hope I will get into it. It is not usual that we are in such a position. We have come here before with no danger present save the rats, crawlers, or the occasional barghest. This, however, is most peculiar. I am certain that the people of Breeland can benefit from the removal of these terrifying foes, these wights, so I will offer you something of a bounty for their defeat. Defeat the walking dead here and return their skulls to me. I will reward you well for these endeavours. So they've got a lot of quests for this group, actually.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but will you help me?
Oh, what a fine, strong person you are. You remind me of my own poor sons. They've been gone for some time now, and I've heard nary a word from them. You see, it started with my son, Marlin. He was sure that there were treasures out in the Barrow Downs for the taking and left seeking his fortune. After a few days passed and he didn't come back, I sent his brother, Amlach, out after him, and I've not heard from him either. Now I ventured here with these others after my sons. Amlach said he'd camp out at the Dead Man's Perch on the eastern cliffs, but he was not here when we arrived. The others think he's gone further south. Can you go and look for him? I'm sure we can. So, as usual, I will do all of these quests, or the Slayer quest at least, killing the creatures, and come back to you at the next quest, and I'll see you in a bit. And we got ourselves a deed. Feeding the awakened trees in the old forest, and we've got a new title, Root Hewer. You've proven a match for the rotten hatred the trees of the old forest hold for the two-footed folk of Middle-earth. But of course there's always an extra advanced deed to kill 40 trees, but I'll do that off screen. And that's the last of our white skulls. And now we can hand in all those quests. It actually didn't take as long as I thought.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
You returned with Marlin's journal. He never let it out of his sight. What evil fate has befallen my sons? Amlach dead. Marlin, you must return and search for Marlin, Runlina. And as usual, my inventory is full.
Might I take a moment of your time?
And the tidings you have brought grieve me deeply, for Amlach was young and strong, and I loved him dearly. The only consolation in my grief is that he died in search of his brother, whom he loved more than his fear of that dreadful place. If this journal is true, then Amlach still believed that there was hope for his brother, though my heart fears the worst. Please, Runlina, search out the barrow over the mire where Amlach heard his brother. Bring my son back safe to me. I will try. We hand in these bounties.
Greetings.
These will do well. I am unclear what the power truly is behind these eyes, but I know that I have seen the ill that these creatures can bring about. You have earned this reward well. I mean, none of these really make a difference for me at the minute. I'll have to clear my inventory a little bit just to get space for all this stuff. I hope none of it's too important.
What can I do for you?
Yes, this proved a good many victories. You have done a great service to the people of Breeland this day. I look forward to being at the point in this game where I know what all this stuff does, but for now, none of it makes any sense to me, and I just put it all into the... I just sell it all. And the Cardolan relics.
How can I be of service?
These will sell nicely, and I owe you much. Yeah, this should be a fair trade, and if you find otherwise, you know where I can be found. Nice. We've handed all them in, and you can give us more if we want it, but we've done enough of that, I think. Now, where's the other guy? There he is.
What do you need?
I need space in my inventory. That's what I need. Yes, it appears that some of these seeds are not destroyed or marred by corruption. It is possible that they will grow strong and true and return to nature one day. I thank you for what you have done, Runlina. We must be nearly, yeah, we're not far off. About 2,500 reputation for the next level with Bree.
Greetings.
There is no joy in the destruction of things natural. However, when the natural order is corrupted, it becomes a necessity to stop the corruption from spreading. Thank you for all you have done. And level 23. Congratulations to us. Now, one or two more quests to do before we finish up, so I'll see you in a minute. And now we hand in this quest to Treasures of Cardolan.
Greetings, friend.
Ah, you found something. Many of the pages are missing, but perhaps I can glean something from those which remain. Ah, it is almost too terrible to read. The author, a man of Cardolan, tells how those few of Cardolan who remained died in a great plague, borne along by a dark clouds from the east. Soon after fell spirits swept down from the north. The man writes of tormenting dreams that followed, dreams of a place called Angmar. Soon after, the dead walked the land once more. In the last entry, the man writes that he fears that he too will succumb to the plague, but that his body will never know rest. How I wish I had remained ignorant of those cursed lands, yet now I find I must know more. If you ever find more pages of this journal, bring them to me. Perhaps in this knowledge a defense against these fell beasts can be learned. And we got some nice armor, but it's not good enough to beat the one we already have.
Would you do something for me?
Of course he has another quest, but it's level 23, so we can do it. Greetings again, Runlina. I have been studying the materials you brought me from the Barrow Downs, and have learned much more since we last spoke. I would ask one last favour of you. This journal that you found for me contains a vast amount of knowledge. Through it, I have learned that the men of Cardolan buried many relics with their dead. It may be that some of these things may be made to help defend against such creatures as the Barrowites. The journal speaks of chalices that were buried in the great Barrow itself. I have wondered if you could go there and gather some for me. I am sure there are many of them deep inside the catacombs of the great Barrow. And of course you won't say no to any more quests. It's always good XP. And we come across another party of travellers, it seems.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
The age of the elves is over, Runlina, and now the time has come for us to pass into the west. But ere we come at last to the Grey Havens, beyond the land of the halflings, we wish to do what little we can to help against the shadow that is once again rising in the east. Long ago, the Witch King of Angmar sent many fell spirits out of Angmar and Rudar to turn the Barrow Downs into a place of terror, and we sense that they are again stirring. We fear that more of these spirits have come with the intent of increasing their master's hoard in Breeland. We would have you enter the Great Barrow and send these spirits back to their master. The spirits will likely be found behind a door displaying a skull. Othrongroth, the Great Barrow, is a terrible, dreaded place. You should not enter Othrongroth alone, for it is a dark and dangerous place. Take those you can trust. We'll get a really nice hood for doing that, so we'll definitely take it. We already have a quest inside, so if we go to the Great Barrow, hopefully not to become our resting place, along with all the other dead. And now we found the body of Marlin as well. As you begin to examine Marlin, suddenly the body stirs. Bent and broken, sundered and torn. So am I, so shall you be. He's alive. We'll put him out of his misery. Oh, his poor mother, she lost both of her sons. Anyway, I'll see you back with her later on.
Would you do something for me?
It's a sorry day.
Both of my sons are gone. The fools, oh the fools. They meant to find riches among the dead, but the dead kept their own and claimed my sons. Restless fools. Shall I join them now for my own foolishness? Please, please leave me to my sorrow. That's the last of those quests. So I'm going to leave it there for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I have to go and do an instance for the Great Barrow for the other quest that we got from the elves. So we'll do that in between this and the next video. And I'll see you all in the next part. And if you can, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to join me on our journey across Middle Earth. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.